If you're over 40 and you've started feeling like your body is changing in ways you didn't sign up for, this conversation is for you. Maybe you've noticed it quietly. You feel a little softer than you used to, a little stiffer when you get up from the couch. Your energy feels different. The same habits that worked at 30 don't seem to do much anymore. And it's confusing because no one really prepared you for this stage. We talk about aging in abstract ways. We joke about it. We blame hormones, but very few people sit down and say, here's what's actually happening inside your body, and here's how you can support it. For decades, women were told that exercise meant cardio, treadmills, ellipticals, long walks, burn calories, stay small, stay toned, don't lift heavy or you'll bulk up. So many of us internalize that. But what if the advice we were given no longer fits the woman we are now? This video isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It's not about chasing abs or punishing your body. It's not about shrinking yourself. It's about strength. It's about the kind of strength that protects you, the kind that supports your bones, your joints, your metabolism, your balance. The kind that makes the second half of your life feel stable instead of fragile. Because here's something no one says clearly enough. After 40, strength training is not optional if you want to age well. That might sound dramatic. It's not meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you. The woman who lifts at 45 walks differently at 75. She carries herself differently. She moves differently. She recovers differently, and that difference compounds over decades. In this conversation, we're going to talk honestly about what changes in your body during perimenopause and menopause, why muscle loss accelerates, why bone density matters more than ever, why walking alone isn't enough anymore. We'll also talk about why so few women your age are lifting weights and how to move past the intimidation if the gym feels overwhelming. This isn't about looking younger. It's about feeling capable, and you deserve that. Let's start with something important. Your body changing after 40 is not a failure. It's not a lack of discipline. It's not that you suddenly let yourself go. It's biology. During perimenopause and menopause, estrogen levels decline. And estrogen isn't just about reproduction. It affects muscle mass, bone density, fat distribution, insulin sensitivity, and even how your joints feel. One of the biggest shifts that happens quietly is muscle loss. Starting in your 30s, women naturally begin to lose muscle mass each decade. After menopause, that loss can accelerate if you're not actively stimulating your muscles. Muscle isn't just about appearance, it's metabolically active tissue. It supports blood sugar regulation, it protects joints, it stabilizes your posture, it gives you resilience. At the same time, bone density begins to decline. Estrogen plays a protective role in bone health. When it drops, your bones become more vulnerable to thinning. Osteoporosis becomes a real risk, especially in later decades. This is why strength training matters so much now. Lifting weights places controlled stress on bones and muscles. That stress signals your body to adapt, to strengthen, to reinforce, to maintain density instead of losing it. Walking is wonderful. It supports cardiovascular health, it clears your mind, it improves mood. But walking alone does not provide enough stimulus to prevent muscle loss or significantly strengthen bones. That doesn't mean you've been doing something wrong. It just means the rules change. Strength training after 40 becomes protective, not aesthetic. It supports joint stability. When muscles are strong, knees and hips feel safer. Your lower back feels supported. Everyday movements become easier. It improves metabolic health. Muscle helps regulate blood sugar and insulin response, which becomes increasingly important during and after menopause. It supports balance. Strong legs and a stable core reduce fall risk in later years, and fall prevention is one of the biggest predictors of independence as we age. This is not about shrinking your body. It's about protecting it. It's about investing in the version of you who will live 20, 30, even 40 more years. Weightlifting is not extreme. It is insurance for your future self. The woman who lifts at 45 walks differently at 75. She stands taller. She carries groceries without hesitation. She gets up off the floor without fear. That future isn't built overnight. It's built slowly, through small, consistent strength, and you are not too late to begin. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. You walk into a gym and head toward the weight area, and it feels like you stepped into someone else's territory. Young men lifting heavy, loud music, big movements, confident energy. It can feel like you're intruding. Meanwhile, the cardio machines are full of women, walking, jogging, watching TV screens, staying in the safe zone. And if you've ever wondered why that is, the answer isn't about ability. It's about conditioning. Women over 40 were not raised to lift weights. We were taught to be toned, to stay slim, to burn calories, to do aerobics, to do step classes, to walk, to spin, to shrink. Strength training was often framed as masculine, intimidating, extreme, something athletes or bodybuilders did. And layered on top of that was the fear. If you lift heavy, you'll get bulky. You'll look too muscular. You'll lose softness. So many of us absorbed that without even realizing it. Be small. Be tight. Be lean. Don't take up space. But here's the quiet irony. Biologically, women over 40 are the ones who benefit most from strength training. Because of declining estrogen, because of bone density changes, because of muscle loss accelerating. You need muscle now more than you did at 25. And yet culturally, no one told you that lifting was yours. So when you feel intimidated in the weight section, it's not because you're weak, it's because no one ever taught you that this space belongs to you too. The gym environment wasn't built with midlife women in mind. It was built around aesthetics, performance, and youth culture. That doesn't mean you don't belong there. It means the messaging was wrong. Strength training is not masculine. It is biological support. It is protection. It is longevity. It is stability. And the truth is, the strongest, healthiest, older women are rarely the ones who avoided lifting. They're the ones who embraced it. You are not late. You were just misinformed. And that's very different. Let's be honest. Even knowing all of this, walking into the gym can still feel uncomfortable. You might feel out of place, like everyone knows what they're doing except you. Like you missed a class somewhere along the way where all of this was explained. You might worry about looking silly, about doing an exercise wrong, about someone watching you, about comparing yourself to younger bodies that seem more confident, more flexible, more practiced. You might even feel behind, like you should have started 10 years ago. That feeling is heavy. But here's something important to remember. Everyone starts somewhere. The woman deadlifting confidently today once stood in a corner Googling form on her phone. The person who looks like she belongs once felt unsure too. No one is born knowing how to lift. Confidence doesn't come first, action does. You don't have to walk in and conquer the gym. You just have to enter it. If it helps, go during quieter hours, mid-morning, early afternoon. The energy is different. softer, less crowded. Start small. You don't need a full program. 2 exercises are enough. A leg press, a row. That's it. Machines are completely valid. They are not cheating. They guide your movement and reduce uncertainty. You can build strength safely without touching a barbell on day 1. If your budget allows it, even 2 sessions with a trainer can change everything. Not for long-term dependency, just for confidence, to show you how things work, to correct your form, to make it feel less mysterious. Wear clothes that make you feel steady, not trendy, not performative, just comfortable. And remind yourself that no one is paying as much attention to you as you think. Most people are focused on themselves. The first few sessions may feel awkward. That's normal. Awkward does not mean incapable. You don't have to be confident to start. Confidence grows after action. Every time you show up, even nervously, you build a small layer of familiarity, and familiarity turns into comfort. This isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about claiming something that supports your future, and you are allowed to take up space in that room, even if you walk in quietly, even if your hands shake a little at first. You belong there. Once you move past the fear of walking into the gym, another question shows up. What am I even supposed to do? And this is where a lot of women get stuck. The internet is full of complicated programs, split routines, advanced techniques, conflicting advice. It can feel like you need a degree just to get started. You don't. After 40, strength training doesn't need to be complicated to be effective. You want to focus on the big movements that protect your body long term. Leg strength is essential. Squats, or even a simple leg press machine, support your hips and knees. Strong legs reduce fall risk later in life. They make stairs easier. They make getting up from the floor easier. They support independence. Hip hinge movements, like a deadlift variation, strengthen your posterior chain. That includes your glutes and hamstrings. These muscles protect your lower back and support posture. You don't need to lift heavy right away. You just need to learn the movement. Upper body pulling exercises, like rows, strengthen your back. So many women over 40 struggle with rounded shoulders and neck tension from years at a desk. Strengthening your back changes how you stand. It changes how you carry yourself. Pushing movements, like a chest press or push-up, support upper body strength. Carrying groceries, lifting suitcases, opening heavy doors. These small daily tasks become easier. Core stability matters too, not endless crunches. Think about exercises that stabilize your trunk. Planks, controlled movements. Stability protects your spine. You don't need 6 days a week. 2 or 3 sessions is powerful, and the key is progression, not dramatic jumps, just small increases over time, a little more weight, a little more control, a little more confidence. Heavy is relative. What feels challenging for you is enough. This is not about punishment. It's not about exhaustion. It's about stimulation. Your muscles and bones need resistance to stay strong. That resistance doesn't have to look impressive. Consistency beats intensity. And the most important thing is that you leave feeling capable, not destroyed. Strength training after 40 should feel supportive, not extreme. The gym is only one piece of this. Building strength after 40 isn't just about what happens during those sessions. It's about how you support your body outside of them. Protein becomes more important. As we age, our bodies become slightly less efficient at using protein to build and maintain muscle. That means you may need a bit more than you did in your 20s. Not obsessively, just intentionally. That might mean adding protein to breakfast. choosing meals that actually nourish you instead of leaving you hungry an hour later, thinking about food as support instead of restriction. Walking still matters. It supports your heart, it regulates stress, it improves mood. Strength training doesn't replace walking. They complement each other. Recovery matters too. Sleep becomes more precious after 40. Your hormones are shifting. Your stress tolerance may feel different. Rest is not laziness, it's adaptation. Muscles rebuild during recovery, and stress management matters more than ever. Chronic stress affects everything from insulin sensitivity to fat distribution. Lifting weights can actually help regulate stress by improving nervous system resilience. But there's something deeper happening here. Strength is identity. When you begin lifting, even gently, something shifts. You stop seeing your body as something to fix. You begin seeing it as something to support. You start noticing what it can do. You feel more grounded, more stable, more capable. Strong women age differently, not because they're obsessed with youth, not because they're chasing a certain look, but because they invested in resilience. You don't lift weights to look 25 again. You lift weights so that 75 feels possible, so that you can carry your own bags, so that you can travel, so that you can move without fear. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming a version of yourself that feels supported, steady, and strong. And that strength doesn't have to be loud. It can be quiet. It can be consistent, and it can start at any age. If you've stayed with me through this conversation, I want you to pause for a moment and just notice how this feels. Not the pressure to start tomorrow, not the guilt about not starting sooner, just the idea that your body deserves support. Strength training after 40 isn't about reinventing yourself. It isn't about becoming extreme. It isn't about chasing a younger version of your body. It's about honoring the body you have now. For years, many of us were taught to approach exercise from a place of correction. Burn this, tone that, shrink here, tighten there. The message was always about fixing. But something changes in midlife. The conversation needs to shift from fixing to protecting. Your bones need stimulation. Your muscles need resistance. Your joints need support. Your metabolism needs muscle. And none of that is vanity. It's longevity. You deserve to feel steady when you stand, confident when you carry something heavy, secure when you move through your day. You deserve to feel strong in a way that has nothing to do with how your body looks in a mirror. And yes, the gym can feel intimidating at first. You might feel out of place. You might feel awkward. You might feel like you're starting late. But starting late is still starting. You don't have to transform overnight. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to lift the heaviest weight in the room. You just need to begin 2 days a week. 2 exercises, 1 small shift at a time. And over months, something changes. You feel more grounded, your posture improves, your energy stabilizes, your confidence grows quietly. You begin to trust your body again. And that trust matters more than any number on a scale. Strength isn't loud, it doesn't need applause. It shows up in how you move through your life, in how you carry yourself, in how capable you feel. The woman who lifts at 45 really does walk differently at 75, not because she chased youth, but because she chose resilience. You are not too old. You are not too inexperienced. You are not behind. You are at the exact point where this matters most. And your future self will thank you for every small, consistent step you take now. Start gently. Start imperfectly. Just start. Before you go, I want to invite you to join this community of women rediscovering themselves after 40. If you found comfort, clarity, or even just a moment of peace in this video, please subscribe. It helps this channel grow, and it helps more women find the support they deserve. And if you have a second, leave a like and a comment. I would love to hear what resonated with you the most. Thank you for being here. Truly.